There is no greater challenge in sports than competing in an Ironman triathlon. A 2.4-mile swim, 112-mile bike, and a 26.2-mile marathon. The majority of athletes that choose to undertake these monumental competitions are not professionals. They are age group athletes. They come from every corner of the globe and every walk of life. The Ironman World Championship in Kona, Hawaii. This is where the sport was born. Athletes can't just sign up and compete. They must earn a spot at one of a handful of qualifying events held around the world.
You are an Ironman!
A select cast of age group athletes has been chosen to share their journey to Kona. From early training all the way through their qualifying race, they will attempt to get to the World Championship on the Big Island of Hawaii. Some will make their Kona dream come true, and some will not. This is the story of commitment.
This is my quest for Kona.
Perseverance.
This is my quest for Kona.
Pain.
This is my quest for Kona.
Passion.
This is my quest for Kona.
And joy that these athletes share.
This is my quest for Kona.
In their quest for Kona.
I first found Ironman because I needed to find a challenge. It doesn't matter how old you are, you can do whatever you want to do. There are no rules. And if somebody had told me you're going to swim 2.4 miles, bike 112 miles, and do a marathon not long ago, I'd have thought they were nuts. So now if I want to do something, I get out there and I do it. And Ironman has taught me that you can do that.
Ladies and gentlemen, get ready to start your engine.
This is my time for this kind of thing. And I've put everything into it. So I'm going to continue to do that. And hopefully I'll get the rewards.
And here we go! Ironman Austria 2017 ist gestartet!
My name's AJ Lane. That stands for Alan Junior Lane. We live in Basingstoke, Hampshire in England. We live quite near to Downton Abbey. Highclere Castle is its real name, so we're surrounded by things like that. Stonehenge is less than 30 miles away, so it's a beautiful, beautiful part of the world to live in. I have a little business that I run with my wife. I've known Denise since I was 11. We dated a little bit at school, and then and ultimately we ended up getting married.
We get on really well. As long as he keeps making me laugh, it'll be fine.
I've only really been involved in Ironman for 3 years now. It first started off because I needed to lose some weight and I needed to get my blood pressure down and my cholesterol down.
He went to the doctors and they said, if you don't take action, then there's things that can happen, such as diabetes and whatever. So, you know, it's your choice.
It didn't matter what I said, but for the doctor to tell him, I think he thought I need to change. I need to do something. So he stopped drinking, sort of like eating different things, training, and that's his history. We've got customers we don't see every year in our business. They haven't seen him for a few years, they can't believe it. When he walks through the door, oh my God, you're like half the size you were when we last saw you. You know, what are you doing? I think it's amazing what he's achieved and where he's come from in the last 3 years. It's motivation, yeah, in the whole family now. Probably that's why I do what I do more, because you've got somebody in the family doing it as well, keeping fit. It makes you think, oh, I better get off. I better get off the sofa.
My kids, my grandkids, my wife, it's everything to me. That's what I cherish most of all. Having my daughter as a training partner, it's great for morale that I've got somebody in my family who gets Ironman, because there's a lot of people who don't get it. They just think you're crazy.
it's kind of been something that's reconnected us. Not only has the training brought me and Dad together, but Ironman as a whole has brought the family together to go and support one another at an event. So it's become kind of part of our family life in a way, without sounding corny. Although I must say, we rarely train together now just because I'm so rubbish and he is just so fast. So it's nice to go swimming together, and we will do the odd run now and then, but on the bike, he's like, no chance.
I set out with the purpose of getting my life health-wise back on track, and it suited me. I kind of got the bug a little bit. I'd lost a lot of weight. I felt really good, and I did my first Ironman at 57 years old. My first Ironman, I came in 14th, which surprised me a little, and I thought, okay, I might be sort of reasonably okay at this. My second Ironman, I got on the podium and came third, and I thought, oh, okay, maybe I am pretty good at this. When I registered for my first Ironman, I didn't even realise Kona existed. I didn't know Daniela Reef, never heard of her. Jan Frodeno, Marinda Caffrey, Craig Alexander, all these people that I've seen on the internet. I didn't know anything about that. I started to find out a little bit more about it, and Kona, their World Championship race, and it's for the best of the best, and that's what I'm aiming for.
Quest for Kona is presented by Cliff, the official sports nutrition partner of the Ironman North American Series.
To Ironman athletes, Kona is the pinnacle of the sport. Whether you be a professional triathlete or an age grouper like me, that's the zenith of the sport.
For AJ to get to Kona, he must finish in the top 2 of his 55 to 59-year-old age group at Ironman Austria.
It's difficult to qualify. You've got to put the work in, and you've got to really want it. You've got to have a desire and a hunger to get there.
In 2016, AJ missed earning a qualifying spot to Kona by just 1 place when he finished 3rd at Ironman Wales. Having come so close is what continues to drive him.
And I was so close last year, I couldn't let that slip by. So that really is the thing that's motivated me. I'm still getting better, and Kona is for the best of the best, and that's what I'm aiming for. I'm travelling abroad to my first Ironman. It's a little bit new, packing my bike up. Never really taken it apart before, and making sure everything's going to fit in, not forgetting anything.
So my daughter Annie, she just loves my dad. She loves the whole Ironman thing. He took her to school one morning, and she loved it because they were like, oh, that's your granddad, he's the Ironman. I think she has a bit of a soft spot for him.
Did you think I'm going to forget everything or something, or am I going to remember everything? Do you think so? You've got more confidence than I have. So Annie wants to come along, and she wants to help Grandad pack for his race, which is lovely, and I'm quite happy for her to help me. I've got to pack my nutrition, I've got to pack my bike shoes, my socks, my running shoes, my running socks, and all the other paraphernalia that goes with it. Watch fingers. Good job. High five. Travelling to a race location is, for me, is always exciting. It's been a build-up of nearly a year. I haven't raced, so it's getting exciting, and you never think it's going to arrive, and then all of a sudden you think, oh wow, it's around the corner. When you arrive at a race location, there's a buzz about the place, you know, there's lots of people strutting around, and lots of lean individuals, and it's quite intimidating when you first see that. But now I've done a couple of Ironman, it kind of whooshes past me a little bit. I need to register, I need to get my bib number, get my bags labelled up, get the kit in the bags, and make sure everything's as it should be. Race morning, I know exactly what I'm doing, I know exactly where I'm going. I've scoped out everywhere that I need to scope out. My daughter Becky will be there. She'll be looking out for me really, and it's a godsend because I'm going to be in a place that I don't know. I'm going to be probably a little bit more anxious than usual because it's a course I've not raced before, and anything that anyone can do to help me, as much as this organisation's concerned and not forgetting anything, is going to be worth its weight in gold to me. I hope so.
I'm going to kind of be like, I don't know, mother duck, making sure that he's got all his bits, checking that he's got all his stuff, you know, making sure he's got his nutrition. He gets really forgetful because he's so busy thinking about a million things. I'm just making sure he's got everything.
Okay. The main fear that I have in racing Ironman Austria is that I've only ever raced Ironman Wales. Ironman Wales is legendary for its toughness. So therefore, I'm not very quick. Austria, until recently, one of the fastest courses in the world, and that will attract fast people. I don't know if I'm fast, but we're going to find out.
One of those fast athletes that has been drawn to this race today is German Jan Frodeno. Frodeno made history as the first person to win an Olympic gold, the Ironman 70.3 World Championship, and the Ironman World Championship. Klagenfurt is his first Ironman race of the season, and expectations are high. As the start of the race approaches, the 2,800 athletes make their way onto the beach to prepare for the swim start.
When we're walking down to the start and milling around waiting for the race to happen, there's a buzz. There's a massive buzz. Some people are chatting, some people, there's quite a bit of banter going on. I zone out a bit and get into my own little world of what I'm going to do, where I'm going to situate myself, trying to get those last little snippets of information. You know, by this time I'm charged up, I'm fired up.
This is your moment. 90 seconds to go. Ladies and gentlemen, get ready to start your engines.
And here we go. Ironman Austria 2017 ist gestartet.
There's only one thing I'm doing, and that's, you know, going for it.
Age group athlete AJ Lane is in the water with just over 2,800 other athletes. He's been pushing through the swim for a little over an hour here at Ironman Austria. The 2.4-mile course is a straightforward out and back configuration with a unique swim finish through a canal where fans get a close-up view of the athletes.
I'm completely confident in the water, and I actually kind of enjoy swimming a bit, but I'm still not a very good swimmer. It just seems that it's just not my thing. I'm going to be behind the fastest people in my age group, but I'm not going to be miles behind, you know. I'm going to be 10 minutes behind, which is okay. I can make that back up, and it's not a lost cause. 1:20, I think would be good for me.
AJ is out of the water in a time of 1:17:13, almost 3 minutes ahead of his target time. But he's currently running in 51st place, and there are only 2 tickets to Kona up for grabs today in his age group. He has plenty of work to do if getting to Kona is going to become a reality.
Transitions can be hectic. I haven't got time to eat a sandwich, a bagel, or anything like that. I'm just in, out, get on my bike, because that's where I want to be. I want to be on my bike, because that's where I'm happiest.
The bike, I think it's his strongest. He kind of is at one. It sounds really bizarre, but kind of at one when he's on his bike. I reckon he'll smash the bike easily, be right up at the top at the end.
The bike, for me, is, yeah, I feel like an animal on the bike. Hills, to me, are food, are energy. I love it. I don't dread the hills, I love the hills, because that's what I've trained on, that's what I've trained for. The twists, the turns, the 90-degree turns at the bottom. I like the speed. I like, you know, something about going 50 miles an hour on your TT bike with nothing but about 3 millimeters of rubber between you and the tarmac. It's quite exciting.
The Ironman Austria 2-loop bike course winds through the scenic landscape of Carinthia, from Klagenfurt to Villach near Lake Fokker Sea. The bike course, which has a Tour de France-like atmosphere, contains 2 steep climbs during each loop, which are the most popular spectator spots on the ride.
And it's a 2-lap course, so I'm going to give it a beans on the first lap and see how I feel. And if it's looking good on the speed, then I know I'm going to be there or thereabouts, because I'm pretty sure I can sustain it for the second lap. If I feel good, 2/3 of the way through, I might push it a little bit more and see if I can, you know, eat a little bit into that. So it's kind of wait and see and suck it and see, and hopefully it'll go according to plan.
As AJ hammers away on the bike course and tries to punch his ticket to Kona, German Jan Frodeno has been uncontested all day. He is the 2016 Ironman World Champion. As Jan sets off on the marathon, AJ is just over halfway through the bike course and has climbed from 51st place in his age group to 13th.
I'm just hoping that my biking ability and my strength on the bike will be even better than last year, so it will give me more chance to whack the run so that I can get the time that I need to be at the pointy end of the race.
Quest for Kona is presented by Cliff, the official sports nutrition partner of the Ironman North American Series. AJ Lane is nearing the end of the bike, climbing 3 more spots and is now in 10th place in his age group. If he can continue climbing through the field, a Kona qualification is within reach.
I need to do 5 hours 15 on my bike to get to Kona. And looking at what's been going on in Austria the last 2 or 3 years, I hope I'm capable of that.
AJ is off his overall target by 7 minutes. His bike split is 5:22.57. AJ needs to stay on target through transition. To qualify for Kona, he needs to continue to make up ground.
I am confident that I can do the distance. It's an unknown as to whether I can keep up the pace that I need to keep up, the 26.2 miles. I've done that in training, so I'm in a good place, and more than anything, I'm in a good place regarding injuries for running. So I've adjusted my attitude mentally and preparing myself to really dig deep and nail it, and I'm hoping that it's going to feel okay because it's a flat run.
As AJ begins the marathon, the men's professional race is about to finish up, with Jan Frodeno claiming victory here in Austria. With this win, he validates his spot for the 2017 Ironman World Championship in Kona, Hawaii this October. With any luck, AJ will be able to see Jan again in Kona.
He's really improved on his run this year, massively. The only thing I worry about with the run is that he's going to push himself so much. I don't want him to injure himself, because there's kind of like no off button. But his run has improved a lot, definitely.
AJ is running just under a 10-minute mile, While he's currently clocking a faster pace than his race last year in Wales, he's going to need to increase his speed if he wants to move up in the field today. The question is whether or not he has the legs left to do it.
As everybody knows who's done an Ironman, whoever you are, however good you are, however ordinary you are, at some stage on the run, you're going to feel less than ideal. I raced my last marathon run on an Ironman as best I could, and I certainly visited those places. So now I know what that feels like. I know what to expect. We're not going into uncharted territory anymore. We're going somewhere where we know what's going to occur, and we can legislate for that and give ourselves good talking to and hopefully keep rolling.
He will push himself and push himself. Austria's going to be hard, but he will give it, obviously, everything. And, you know, he would love to get to Kona. I'd love him to qualify.
It's a mixture of emotions when you come to the finish line. I'm not glad that it's over. In fact, it's quite sad sometimes. I think I've done all this training, I've done this race today, and now it's all over. But it makes it all worthwhile if you've achieved what you wanted to achieve.
AJ finishes his third Ironman, greeted by his daughter, Becky. But whether or not he achieved his goal of a spot in Kona remains to be seen.
And when I finish the race in Austria, I'm not really going to have an idea of whether I've qualified for Kona or not. I'm going to know what my time is. I'm going to know what that looks like compared to previous races. And I'm going to know how that's projected against what I think I can do. And then I've got to wait and see how things pan out. So that's going to be a little bit of a nervous time.
The news for AJ isn't good. With a time of 11 hours, 14 minutes, and 27 seconds, AJ will not be earning a spot to Kona.
If I don't make it, it means I'm not good enough. And that's okay too. If you don't make it, as long as you've done your best, you've given it everything you can give it, you just got to accept it with grace and wish the people who are going the best of luck. And I certainly will.